this is a big one, and I've asked a project executive that I respected a lot what the answer to this one is, but I'm going to ask you. When you think about the real objective of a project manager, going back to that loop, what is their actual mission, so that we can bring it home for the listeners?
Okay, so the actual mission is
Yeah.
I'd go back to the book by Patrick Lencioni, Five Dysfunctions of a Team, and a quote in there that says, if you could get all of the people in an organisation rowing in the same direction, you could dominate any industry, any market, under any conditions, at any time. If you could get everyone, the PM's job is to get everyone headed in the same direction. If he could do that, you'll build any project under any circumstances, ever gets thrown at you at any time. That's my opinion. In my opinion, that is his number one job.
I love that, and kudos to you for pronouncing his name right. I always get that wrong.
That takes a lot of practice to get that right, especially for an
Yeah,
Aussie.
because
Righto, it did take a lot of practice to get that right. Today's video, go big or go home, is a load of nonsense. What we need is compounding things, stacking up, little wins, stacking up. I'm going to show you a video by Christian Boucousis in a minute where he is speaking exactly to that. Today's question is, why has that got the old question up there? Let's put this one up. Be honest. Are you debriefing yet? Or are you still waiting for things to settle down? I've heard this, and I'm not preaching at anyone, all right? I've been the worst at this in the past myself. People that have sort of reached out before Christmas, getting to the end of the year. I had a tight timeline and it was like a line year team before Christmas. They're going, yeah, we need to do that. Didn't get to it before Christmas. Now they're back and they're like, oh, it's first week back. I'm still trying to get my head above water. Your head doesn't get above water and then magically get above water and then you get time to do this stuff. You do this stuff first. There's a quote by Christian Boucousis which is at the top of this post. It's not that you don't have time to debrief. It's because you're not debriefing, you don't have time. Something along those, I'll probably butcher that a little bit, but you get what he's picking up, what he's putting down here, right? The time's not going to magically appear. You're not going to get, we're second week of January already. 7th of January already. If that question is hitting and fucking annoying you, you're probably thinking, yeah, he's right. I hate him, but I think he's right. Don't need to comment on here. Reach out via the DMs. Yeah, Benny, we need to do this. We need to pull finger and get moving with this. All right, the myth around go big or go home. Let's find Christian's activities and his videos here. Here it is. Let's play this one first.
If you think big wins come from big goals, big changes, big efforts, you may be reading a fairy tale. Great leaders understand that big wins come from aligned, incremental baby steps. The ability to break down big strategy into small, incremental bites is the key to delivering big success. Imagine the concept of compound growth, compounding success. Personally, I harness the power of the debrief after every deliverable, every project, every moment the team feels a little frustrated. The debrief is the ability to reflect on where we are and to take small actions, minute by minute, day by day, to compound our growth. Through embracing debriefing, we see organizations grow over 300%. That's compound interest on everything that you learn. If you want to learn more about debriefing, we have a simple 4-step process. Just leave the word debrief in the comments below and I'll send it to you. If you think
So
big wins,
if you spend 15 minutes a day for the rest of this year, every day, not when you fucking feel like doing it, not when you think it's a good idea to do it, not, oh, we're a bit tired today, we won't do it today. Every fucking day. Like I had, day 55 of 90 at the moment. To get a 300% return on your team's output. Would you actually do it? All right, I think we all know what the answer to that question is. ORCA process, exactly what I'm doing here, but I'm doing it with AI. And most people, if you haven't heard of this lad. I follow him. You don't need to. You'll see all his what he does, a lot of what he does in what I do, but you can go and find him as well, called Ed Dale. I actually learned the majority of what I know about running projects from an agile perspective all got started by learning from a marketer called Ed Dale. I actually interviewed him years ago as well. Super smart guy. He spoke to the other day, people are trying to use AI like they're trying to use Excel, treating it as a calculator. And they're wondering why they don't get the correct outputs out of it. This ORCA, what we're using here is we're using ORCA as, and this is a book by a guy called Jeff Woods. It's called The AI Driven Leader. I read this. This is when I first started learning AI. I listened to his book when I used to drive in and out to a project that I was on. And I went to, there's a local, it's called the Digital Progen Hub. Chris Bowden, I think the guy's name is. I went down and listened to him speak on how to use AI, and he showed us how to start, what we can do now compared to what we could do back then. It's just insane. He spoke about how to write a decent prompt. And I watched it write copy. That was a good copy. While we're there, he's a super smart guy as well. If you're here on the sunny coast, I really recommend that you hook up with him or go and watch one of his events, or get in there and see if you can get 5 minutes of his time. Fucking hard bloke to pin down. He's in big demand. We need to use AI as a teammate, as a who, as a strategic thought partner. So I'm going to show you right now. The other day, I got my AI to do with me a process that Dan Sullivan calls the impact filter. Whenever he wants to make a decision, or if someone wants a meeting in with him with an idea that they got, he gives them this process to go through. I don't want to have to go and find a PDF, pull it out, sit there, think about it, write it out, blah, blah, blah. So I said to the AI back up here, we'll have to scroll back up a little bit, you just have to give me a second. This is why, when I say treat AI as a teammate, this is what I'm talking about. That wasn't the original one. I'm just going to give the original prompt. We're not going to go right through it, but part of this has got to get fed into. And this whole process that we went through here with him took me about 10 minutes to do. If I'd have tried to sit down and figure it all out and do it all myself, let's turn and stop immediately. This is all part of the planning process. And people hate planning. The good news is, if you use AI as a strategic thought partner, it will do the bits that you hate by itself for you. This is what I fed him originally. I know, that's still not it. Went through a few prompts here. We do a little bit of work. As I say, it was about 10 or 15 minutes work. I should have. This post it spot on, so it's got to be one of the next ones down here. Okay, so this is the prompt that I gave him originally. I'm thinking with him together. Okay, so the definition of done. I want to do a Dan Sullivan impact filter on the who. So you need to research 2 things. Impact filter by Dan Sullivan, and who not how by Dan Sullivan. So the who is, who do I want to be working with to hit that first milestone, the 30K MRR for the big ass year. So the audience is going to be, well, the audience will come out during when we do the impact filter. Run through. Your job is to coach me through the impact filter process. Do you need me to get the PDF and upload it for you, or can you find everything you need online and then step me through the process? And he went, no, it's all good, Benny. I've got it all covered. So we come down here to the end, and then I said to him, do we need to put this into now? Does this need to go into our ORCA wingman, or does it need to go into our flex wingman? And he came back and he gave me a comment on that. And we actually have a prompt that he wrote. He's got a whole description there why it's not flat. If you want to read all this, just message me the words. What's this one? Big ass. Actually, message me the words impact filter conversation, and I'll send you a link so you can get hold of how I went through the whole process with this. Looks like final state. Here's the exact line to lock into ORCA. ORCA exists to protect daily live. The live protects the focus and leverage. If we want next, we can translate this into a one-to-one line go. All I know. Context around this. Perfect question. Clear call. This is the ORCA, not flex. This is ORCA's job. So the answer is why this is not flex. ORCA today, what flex is secondary. Exact message to give to the ORCA wingman. Copy paste this. ORCA context update. So I need to copy this. So I'll copy that. I'll go back to my ORCA wingman. I'll feed in that prompt that the other wingman, who's one of my teammates, created for me, so we can update him on we're chasing these specific people. These are the questions you need to ask on a daily basis to keep us on track. Improving how this app now thinks, or how this wingman now thinks. Locked. This is now a non-negotiable ORCA rule. Effective immediately. I'm integrating this as a governing override, not a suggestion. ORCA context update now active. Primary judgment criteria. First, always check before any other evaluation. ORCA will judge the day on. Did the daily live happen? Yes or no? This check happens before task validation, objective score, and daily execution. How this changes ORCA. Explicit. Daily live equals definition of a good day. Yesterday can still be a win, even if a task were messy, execution was imperfect, so it's still flawless, like Christian speaks to. Still, the mission's still achieved. No, the day failed, regardless of how busy you were, how many tasks were completed. ORCA stepped up data but clean. ORCA will now run in this order. Daily live check binary. Did the daily live happen? Yes. If no, ORCA still runs. Failure is recorded. Root cause is mandatory. If yes, proceed with normal ORCA sequence. All right, let's... New shift. It is Saturday, the 17th of January 2026. This is day 55 of 90. Didn't transcribe very well. Noy, he should pick that up. Validate the phone. That was supposed to be day 55 of 90, 90, just for context. This is a home ORCA. Home ORCA, ORCA. Sometimes it gives it a strange name. Doesn't pick my accent up, apparently I've got one. So be honest. Are you debriefing yet? Or are you still waiting for things to settle down? When are you going to do something about it? Did the daily live happen today? Yes, it's currently in progress. This is because we decided the thing that's been working for me the best, and I nearly went off track. I've seen other people start posting about, I'm doing shorts on Instagram and I'm doing shorts here and I'm doing this, and I'm thinking, fuck, I should run over there and do that, and I should be doing that. The thing that has been working for me, that has been bringing people to me, putting a hand up and going, hey Benny, we need to know more about this, we want to work with you on this, is LinkedIn Lives. These LinkedIn Lives and this ORCA process. This is what's working. The trouble is, what Eli Gullwright said, the constraint in any organisation is not the market, it's not the outside influences, not the people, not anything else. What it is management's lack of attention. Being able to focus on one thing and stick to one thing. The one thing that I need to hit by 11th of April is a certain dollar figure target. That's the milestone. The thing that's driving that, the cause that's create that effect, is this daily life. That is my priority. Everything else is secondary. Task validation from yesterday. Yesterday's 3 must-do tasks. Verify full kit. Yes. Write a physical Kanban ticket. Did that. Post one short value or reflection inside school. Did all 3 of those. Or yes to all 3. Ordinary things, when done consistently, produce extraordinary results. Keep going in. Simple as that. A lot of people look at this and say, this is bullshit, why is he doing this? Let's see. When we get to day 9 and it's really starting to kick in, let's see why I'm doing this. I would never got to the point where I did that who not how filter, or the who not how actually came out of one of those ORCAs of a guy called Jed Newman, who was looked at, that was last Saturday actually, I was talking about this book that I was reading, Disrupt Everything and Win, and he went, hey Benny, you need to be reading Who Not How for what you're doing. And he was right, 100% fucking right. All come about because I'm doing this. State one objective only. What was today's objective? Today's objective was to get this live up, which is the go big or go home is nonsense. We want 10x thinking, but we want to use incremental actions. That, by the way, is what we do. You hear Christian talk about it. It's all good to have a big picture and a big vision, and we want to think 10x. Because when we think, how do we 10x something, it's not about what can we. When we think how we're going to double something, do twice as much, we think, what do we have to do? What are we going to do? When you're going to go, all right, we're going to 10x something, you're thinking, what do we have to stop? What do we focus our attention on? What becomes a priority, and everything else becomes secondary? Results, binary factual. Was the objective achieved? Yes, it was. Quite hot in here today. Head down the beach, take the dog down in a minute as soon as this is done. This is the only thing I do on Saturday, so I dial the load back because it's a weekend. Just this, I do this and I'll do a quick post inside school. What actually created the results? Habits becoming set. So I just do this without thinking now. The Kanban ticket gets written straight up, so I've got a clear focus. You drop my 3 tasks at the bottom of each chat, so I know exactly what I need to execute on. And I've executed on it enough times now. I wouldn't say it's 100% fully automatic, and I'd like to hear your thoughts on this, but I think it's getting very close. I would say within the next 10 days, by the time we hit 65 to 70, we'd almost call this automatic. Yes, wingmans are used. He might not answer that now. He might say, well, we'll drop that till the end. We'll come back to that. This is the beauty of having the AI doing it. It takes all of the opinions, people's opinions about how this should be done or what we should be doing and how we should be going about it. Just hit the button, go. I'll give you the prompt if you want the prompt. Send me and ask me. I'm actually building a tool as well, but wasn't happy with version 1. There is a version 1 up that you can use if you want. It's on Claude. I prefer this. I would be able to drop you out a prompt that you could throw straight into ChatGPT and then get it to run it for you. And that's all I would do. I would stand up, hey guys, we're running an ORCA. I would write it on a whiteboard here. O-R-C-A. Bang. Okay. Wingman, it's day, what's the name? Always got that prompt. New shift. Date. Boom. It'll go straight up. It runs you, takes you through the process, holds you to account. Actions for tomorrow. Set up 3 must-do actions. Rules executable tomorrow binary. I'm going to pull him on something because he said to me he was going to ask me three out of 3. He missed a step there. His step he was going to lock in yesterday, but he didn't. No reflection loop today, but I'm going to pull you up on something that you've missed yet again. It's probably because I put the new prompt in today around the lives, yes or no. But you were supposed to ask me at the start, you told me you had locked in, you were going to ask me whether it was a weekday or a weekend before you created the tickets, before you created the actions, the tasks. Every time we do this, we're improving its capabilities, keeping it and us on track. You're right, that's a process miss on my side. 2 things are true at once. We did not need weekend, weekday branching today because tomorrow's Monday. No, it's not. Even so, the rule is I was supposed to explicitly determine before setting steps 4. New hard gate. Actions must confirm. Yeah, tomorrow's not Monday. What would make you think that? I've said absolutely nothing that would make you say that I told you today was Saturday the 17th of January. Where the hell did you come up with Monday from? These things aren't perfect. They're a good tool, but they're not perfect. Or anything else? No. Let's go back and check whether I did say that or not. I don't believe I did. I did too. I stand corrected. I most certainly did say it was Sunday, and that is my fault. Right. We've got the steps in place to sort of moving forward. Is that correct? Right. Day live, calendar, gate 4 set 4, weekend versus weekend task, single source of truth, correction, protocol, current state. If you're correct, calendar slip. Okay, can you just reiterate the 3 tasks for tomorrow at the bottom here, so it's at the bottom of this chat, because that's where I like to go and check that. That's one of the little habits that I put in place, is to check that first thing in the morning to make sure I'm working on the right things. And that is all good on. Tomorrow, Monday 18th. No. Dude, we just spoke to tomorrow being Sunday. The 17th. It's Saturday the 17th today. It's Sunday the 18th tomorrow. I told you I made a mistake. Why would you then go back to Monday again? Something's wrong. Stop and you fix it. Don't ignore it. Oh, it'll be alright. Don't worry about it. Weekend mode. Extra guard roll. Active from now on. I'll never restate. Okay, so the 3 tasks for tomorrow, which is Sunday, the 18th. What are they? So I've got them right at the bottom of the chat. Verify full kit, write a physical Kanban ticket, run the daily live binary, live run, live not run. That's it. Right, be honest. You debriefing yet? Or are you still waiting for things to settle down? Take that, use it, make it a great week, and what video will play for you for an outro? This one from Lean Made Simple. Listen to the last line that old mate says. Tools and techniques are the easy bit. The real work is, see what he says. Drop it in the comments when you know what it is. Speak soon.
We're here with 3 powerhouses in the lean sector.
Some people saved money, made more profit. Recently, we've had a company who saved 8 weeks of production time.
We need to put them in the best position to survive, be flexible, be productive, be agile.
There's no substitute for direct observation. To see the turnaround of his company is just mind-blowing.
Tools and technique, that's the easy, but it's getting your leaders engaged, motivated, and being able to sustain it. That's the real challenge.